I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to assemble this cute dragonfly pattern. Here's how to make it. Alright, this is the video showing how to assemble the dragonfly pattern if you are using a light box. So first let me show you my light box setup. I've got several layers here. I have at the very bottom I have my light box, brightness turned all the way up. On top of that I have a tempered glass cutting board. You do not need this. I need it because my recording area is a long distance away from my ironing board, and I was having trouble with the pieces shifting as I carried it from place to place. So now I have this and I can fuse it right on top of that tempered glass. So I can just stick my iron right down on there, which is great. Then I have my placement guide, and then I have a clear silicone mat. So everything is essential except for that cutting board. That's just me. I've got all of my pieces cut out. So the way I do this, I print everything onto the paper side of paper-backed fusible adhesive. I use Heat and Bond Light for all of my quilts. I roughly cut around each piece, then fuse it to the back side of my fabric, and then do a nice clean cut on all of the solid lines around each piece. You'll see a lot of dotted lines within the pattern pieces. You can ignore those. Those are there only for people who are not using a light box, and those are placement guides that will help guide them. One thing you do need though, sometimes inside the piece you will see some solid lines. Those are stitching lines, and you do need to transfer those to the fabric side before you peel off the backing and lose that placement. And to do that, I just use a fine tip Sharpie, nothing fancy, but I'm just going to set this down so I can see that mouth and just trace that right where it was shining through. And I'm also going to do the same thing. This is an antenna piece that I am going to stitch. So I'm going to stitch over these with black thread. So the fact that it is a black permanent pen doesn't matter, because once it's covered with the black thread, you will never see it. So now we're ready to go. We're going to start with piece number 1. So the pieces, the numbers tell you which piece is which, but they also tell you in what order you need to lay them down on the block to get them all together, overlapping the right way. So there's piece number 1. Now we're going to get into some wings with piece number 2 and 3. So here's 2. And for once, I'm actually really happy that you can kind of see through that white to the pieces behind. You won't be able to see it through as much without the light shining through, but you'll still be able to see through a little bit. If you really wanted to accentuate that, you could use a translucent fabric, like a sheer, any kind of a sheer gauzy kind of fabric would make interesting wings. Like an organza, that's what I was unable to come up with a word for. There we go, 4 and 5. And now piece 6 is the body, or the middle part of the body. Oops. There we go. And now we have the head, number 7. So I decided not to do the eyelashes on this one, but I have another example that you'll see that does include the eyelashes, so you can see what that looks like. And then last we have 8 and 9 are the eyes. And if you have trouble seeing the markings through the fabric, just push it down to make contact between the layers, and that'll make those lines shine through much more clearly, even if it's very dark fabric. All right, so I've got everything positioned where I want it. I'm just going to bring my iron over and fuse it in place right on this cutting board and on this silicone mat. I'll let it cool, and then I'll be able to peel it up as one piece. Basically, I've created one big iron-on, position it on my final block, fuse that in place, and then anytime you're fusing fabric to fabric, that is that's it, that's permanent. So that'll be the permanent fuse. Then I'll do all of the outline stitching and I'll bring it back here and I'll show you the finished block and also show you a couple of other samples that I made in different colors. Okay, here is one finished Dragonfly. This one I made with some peridot blenders from the Gemstones collection and put it on a gray background. And I also used the eyelashes on this one. Those are optional. Here's one without the eyelashes. So in this one I used blueberry blenders from the Farmer's Market collection. And I made one more version. This one uses sea oats blenders from the Sea Breeze collection. So that is 3 different versions of the Dragonfly Applique pattern. You can get that at Shiny Happy World. I'm Wendy, and I will see you next time.